Today, we're going to show you how we use 4 plant-based protein sources in 4 different ways to feed your family healthy, budget-friendly, and family-friendly meals. Let's go.
Good day, everybody. Welcome back to our humble kitchen. My name is Rosa, and welcome to the High Path channel. We're going to keep everything simple like we always love to do in this household. This year, we have some big plans for our family. Of course, we have our goals, our personal goals for personal growth, and I would love to know if you have already set your plans for 2025, and are you like a planner? Do you just write all of your goals down for the year in the beginning of the year in a planner, or what do you do to plan your year? Leave us a comment in the comment section below. I would love to discuss it with you. So today we're going to just make a very simple lunch for the kiddos. Now, Emmanuel, our oldest, has been doing basketball, and so he has really shown determination and perseverance, and we want to help him through his journey of basketball. We've been incorporating a lot of high protein meals in his diet, especially for breakfast, and after breakfast he has like a hemp smoothie. So today we're going to make a high protein spaghetti for everybody. This is one of our newest favorites because it's so easy to make. Let's just get into it and I'll show you how to make it.
Before we get started, we wash our hands with the very best using Eden Body Care products. Eden Body Care is a Nevada-based skincare company owned by yours truly, our family. We specialize in handmade soaps and body butters tailored to condition the driest skin even in the desert of Nevada. Find out more on our website, EdenBodyCare.com. All right, let's get back to the video. First, let's get a pot ready for some pasta. So I'm just going to boil up some water for our organic spaghetti. You could use any kind of spaghetti you like or pasta you like. We just chose spaghetti this time. I'm going to use 2 16-ounce or 1-pound boxes for our large family. Another really high protein option is to use some chickpea noodles as well. We haven't been using that because it's a little bit more expensive, so we've just been trying to cut costs using just regular spaghetti. Now, as you can see, I am not the most patient. I want to cook this pasta as fast as possible because the sauce is going to come together so fast. So I'm trying to push the pasta in my water as best as possible to get it all in there. I would love to know who is like me and who is impatient with their pasta just like me. Let me know in the comment section. Oh, and don't forget to salt your pasta water. You want to make sure that it's very well seasoned. For the base of our sauce, we're going to combine some really simple ingredients. I'm going to open up some cannellini beans. You could use some Great Northern beans, but I prefer using cannellini beans for this recipe. So I just have 2 cans of just regular cannellini beans. I'm also adding a half a can of water just to get the sauce going. I'm going to add it to my mixing bowl. I'm going to salt this liberally as well, so I've got maybe a teaspoon and a half of salt. Now we're going to add some umami and cheesiness, so I've got some nutritional yeast. I measured out here 3 tablespoons of nutritional yeast, but really you can use as much as you like. If you like to top it with some extra nutritional yeast, you can go ahead and do that as well. Of course, we're going to have to add some onion powder. You can add garlic powder in here as well. We're going to use some Italian seasoning just for some herbage. You can also use fresh herbs if you want to. And I am going to drop 3 cloves of garlic. You can use as much garlic as you want as well. This recipe is very forgiving, so you can use however much of whatever that you want in this recipe. I didn't even chop the garlic. I just sort of smash them until the skin came off really easily. Now to make this pasta green, I am going to use a sort of like a power greens mix here with some grapeseed oil. I typically like to use olive oil in this, but I ran out of olive oil. That's okay. You can also use some fresh spinach. Don't forget to stir that pasta and give that pasta a little bit of love to make sure it doesn't stick in the bottom of the pot. I cooked this pasta for about, I'd say, 9 minutes or so. Towards the end, once you have like about a minute or 2 left on your timer for the pasta, I am going to just add some peas and some green beans. Did you know that peas actually have a lot of protein in it? And so is green beans, pretty high in protein. Frozen peas and frozen green beans are really, really convenient. So It only needs a few minutes to cook inside here. Now, granted, once you add these frozen vegetables, you want to turn up that heat again to start boiling it a little bit, maybe just a minute or two. Back to our sauce, we're going to add some more protein, which is really just, it comes in amino acid form. This is some hemp seeds, so just raw shelled hemp seeds. And for some umami, I added some organic miso. This is one of the secret ingredients that I love using to add any umami savoriness to any dish. So I'm just adding about 1 tablespoon of this. Now that all of the ingredients are in the mixing bowl, I'm just going to use a hand blender to blend up everything. Now you're going to want to adjust the liquid content in this because if you don't have enough liquid, it's going to be a little bit thick and a little bit harder to blend. So add some water if the sauce does not blend up, and then I am also going to add some more greens as much as possible. I have this, like I said, this power mix is with some kale, some collard greens, and some spinach. Let's blend this up. You can add a little bit of extra olive oil just to make the sauce a lot more silky. Don't forget to taste test to make sure that the salt is on point or whatever seasonings you need is on point as well. At this point, the sauce is done and the pasta is done as well. You can see that the sauce took absolutely no time. So I'm straining my pasta. I'm going to leave a little bit of liquid in here because I like my pasta nice and saucy. Extra sauce is always good. Now all we need to do is dress up these noodles with our delicious protein-packed green pasta sauce. Now I'm going to start with about a third of the sauce first. We're going to mix this up and you'll see there's some, drier spots, which you can then add some more sauce if you want to. You can always also serve extra sauce on the top of your pasta when you're serving this as well.
If I hurt you yesterday, Mama, I teach wine. It's not gonna hurt you, Kila. It's just to strengthen your hand, Kila.
That's good.
Is it like last time?
You tell me.
You tell me. You made it.
As you heard, I did make this a couple times and the kids really love this dish. It is very family friendly, and for those that don't like to eat greens, this is the pasta to make because you can just kind of hide as many greens and vegetables in the sauce as you would like. This is a really comforting, really filling, protein-packed lunch that you can make any time of the week, and it'll be a great weeknight dinner as well.
Come on, serve. Huh? You can't serve your own food.
Yeah, dude, you're not capable. You're not responsible enough. Serving your food.
Now look.
That doesn't look like them. They're not brought any of my Legos either.
Abaya, thank you for this lunch. Thank you for this day. In the name of Yahushua HaMashiach, we pray. Hallelujah. Taste.
Mama.
Taste. Right here, Mercy. This is yours.
Yeah.
Taste. What do you think?
Was it good?
Yeah,
It's
taste
bomb.
like the first time, just to juice you.
Mm-mm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait for my first game. Well, it's on Tuesday.
For today's meal, we are having some curry tofu, which we're going to roast in the oven. So, of course, to prepare this, we're going to cut open a few packages of organic tofu. You want to make sure that it is organic because we want to avoid any GMO soy as much as possible. You can, of course, press this overnight in a tofu press if you would like to. If you are, you don't have enough time, then you can just use the tofu out of the packaging. Just make sure that you're pressing as much liquid as you can out. Now, we're just going to make this really quick. I have the oven preheated at 450 degrees convection, and then I have cut and sliced the tofu in its packaging into cubes. You can of course take this out and slice it if you want to, but why dirty a dish if you don't need to use a chopping board? We're going to make this a little easy on ourselves by just separating all of the tofu chunks or cubes as much as possible before we dress it with all of our very easy, simple sauce. Well, it's not going to be a sauce, it's going to be more of a seasoning. So we have here some grapeseed oil. You can use any neutral oil that you like to. Avocado oil works good here as well. Or if you want to kind of make it a different flavor, you can use sesame oil or, yeah, just any oil you would like. We're going to then use some curry powder here. This is actually a Japanese curry powder, and it has a little bit more of a different taste to it than a regular sort of Indian curry. We're going to put this on. I really didn't have as much as I needed for this recipe, but that's okay. We're going to use whatever we have. So I'm just going to put about, I'd say, a tablespoon here of this seasoning all over the tofu. I'm also going to season it with a little bit of salt here. You can add some coconut aminos. I also have some organic soy sauce as well going in. And with our hands, we're going to mix this all up, get it well coated. I like to use coconut aminos or some sort of liquid to season tofu because it just absorbs that flavor. We need to make sure all the tofu pieces are spread out nicely so it has the air for all of that ovenness to circulate around the tofu to get it nice and crispy. Into the oven it goes for about 45 minutes, I'd say. And now we're going to prepare a really quick lentil curry sauce to go with this. In a pot, I had some grapeseed oil. You can also use avocado oil in here. I'm going to chop up some onions. We've got some green bell pepper, just leftover green bell pepper. Also, any leftover vegetables. So I have some cauliflower, bits and pieces of it, I believe, some broccoli. You can use onions, you could use potatoes. Just really keep it really, really simple and just use whatever you have. Let's drop this in our pot. Just put it all in there and get it sauteing to build up that flavor. Of course, we're going to need to season everything, so just add some salt in here. We're going to add the leftover remaining little bit of this curry powder. And because I didn't have as much as I needed, I am going to need to use a little bit more seasonings. So let's just get this sauteing. I have already soaked and rinsed and drained some of our red lentils. I like to use red lentils in this because it creates a thicker sauce consistency and I really like the texture. For more of that curry flavor, I am adding some ground up cumin. You can also add some coriander seeds, some black mustard seeds is good in here as well, and some garam masala works well. But if you just have some cumin, that works too. Let's add some water in here. So I have probably added about a cup of water to start. You're gonna watch this curry. If you need more water, of course, you can add more water just to thin it out. Next, I'm adding a can of petite diced tomatoes. If you have some crushed tomatoes, you can use that as well. I just decided to use our petite diced tomatoes here. Just for a little bit of spice here, I added some chili flakes, but this is of course optional. You're going to bring that up to a boil, see if it needs any more liquid. It looks like mine was fine like this, so I am going to simmer it for about 10 minutes or so. And you can see here that it's starting to absorb, the lentils started to absorb all of that liquid. I'm finishing this curry with some coconut milk here just to make it nice and silky smooth and creamy. Coconut milk makes a lot of things really rich and delicious, just like adding cream to any dish. For some more greens, I'm adding a whole of frozen spinach here. You can of course use any greens or vegetables, or if you just want to leave it without the spinach, that's totally up to you as well. On the side here, I did prepare a pot of rice to go with our tofu and our lentil curry. Making curry really is an experience because you could just start smelling the cumin and all the curry flavors. It's so good. Taste as you go. So I'm going to taste this for any seasonings that I'm missing, for salt levels as well, for the doneness of the lentils and the vegetables here. And now it is time to serve. So the tofu came out nice and crispy and golden brown. We have our pot of lentil curry sauce and our rice. And here come our hungry kiddos.
I'm calling him boss smaller than me.
Okay, now that the kids are done serving themselves and out of the way, let's serve ourselves a bowl. So I've got some rice here, and then I'm going to add that crispy, delicious side of tofu. You can add as much or as little as you want. This is also going to be a great meal prep idea if you need. And then we're going to ladle on that delicious curry sauce that is also protein packed with all those lentils. And there you go. Look at this beautiful, welcoming, warming rice bowl that you can have any time of the week as well. Weeknights, weekends, anything that you need. I'm going to put some sriracha on mine because I love that chili and I love spicy food. Last but not least today, I'm going to have Emmanuel show you how we make our taco salad. He is the expert at this. He makes a mean taco salad. We are going to use some Beyond Beef. You can see the protein content in here is actually really, really good and high. If you like, Beyond Beef, I would suggest going with Beyond Beef rather than Impossible, just because there's a lot more yeast and things like that in the Impossible, and it does really taste a lot better. So we prefer the Beyond, but you can use whatever. We're going to sear this and get that crispiness in a cast iron skillet. Emmanuel likes to use a little bit of water here just to get some juices flowing in the Beyond meat. Season it up with whatever that you like. We like to use some salt. We're also going to add a slew of seasonings. So we've got some cumin. You can use a little bit of oregano. We've got some onion powder going in here. If you want garlic powder, you can use that as well. Smoky paprika, of course. And sometimes we use some ancho chili powder as well. Taco salad takes like no time. It's like it comes together in 10-15 minutes. Just have to brown up that Beyond Beef. We're going to chop up some lettuce heads, some romaine that we like to use. And Emmanuel and I really like our salad really nice and chopped into small pieces. So we're going to chop each head down in the center twice, crisscross, and then we will chop them into small little leafy bits, if you know what I mean. But you can chop your lettuce however you want, big or small, it doesn't matter. We just prefer it really small in a taco salad. Our lettuce, we like to double wash this, so after we rinsed it, we chop it and we're going to rinse it one more time. We do like to use vegetable spray in here as well, just to make sure the lettuce is nice and clean. And really, now is time to just assemble everything. So Emmanuel is going to bowl up everybody. As you can see, we have a large family. So we line all of our bowls up. He is going to divvy some lettuce here, and then we're going to divvy up some of that Beyond meat on top. And you can go crazy with all of your toppings. We like to use sometimes some red onions, tomatoes if you have. You can do guacamole or just fresh avocados, whatever that you have in your pantry or whatever you feel like putting in there. We have bought some really nice organic blue corn tortilla chips just for that color difference, and some salsa as well. Now in restaurants, usually you'll find a taco salad served in a taco bowl. However, we like to crush our chips here. I've seen how to make it at home, but I find it a little bit troublesome, I'm not gonna lie. So we just like to make taco salad this way. We just crush up some of those chips in our salad, and then we just mix it all up and eat it. We didn't have any guacamole, but we did have some fresh avocado, which were in a slice, and put in our salads too. If we asked all of the kids what their favorite salad is, more than likely they're going to say taco salad. This is by far our favorite salad to have anytime, whether it's lunch or dinner. It is really so simple and so quick to make, and it really is so satisfying and oh my gosh, just so, so good.
Why do you have to stop, Grace?
Is it good? Yeah, I'm an excellent chef. On time. It's on him.
Emmanuel and I love to eat our taco salad with some chips just like this. We're gonna just use it as a spoon and dig up a delicious mouthful. Oh, so good.
And that concludes our video. We really hope that you enjoyed spending time with us in the kitchen today. We hope it inspired you to make all these delicious, delicious meals. We will see you on the next video. Bye, everybody.